Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, previewing Week 1 in college football. And Joe Duffy's given us a lot of advice over these past few years, and he's covering 10 Week 1 college football games. I feel very lucky to have him and giving us all these free picks, which have been profitable so far. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Thanks so much for being with us.
All right, thank you, Peter. It is year 3 that I'm with SBR and year 27 where my picks have been public.
Unbelievable. All right, well, we hear what you have to say about, one of these interesting handicapping situations. Highly ranked team, Alabama, a huge Week 1 favorite. Before we get into it, brag a little bit about your record at your site and tell people a little bit about how to sign up if that's what they want.
Yeah, no, this is all I've done really pretty much my entire adult life. Straight out of college, I've been a professional handicapper and gambler. It's 100% of my income, and I literally am going to put in 50 to 60 hours a week. My record's been public for 26 years, and hopefully another 25 or so. Joe Duffy's picks are now the home at OffshoreInsiders.com.
All right, West Virginia, Alabama, and Alabama, of course, they're ranked number 2 this year, coming back off of a year that was maybe a little bit of a disappointment by their standards. They're a 26.5-point favorite here. Totals 55.5, and neither of those lines has moved too much since opening. The game is going to be played at the Georgia Dome, technically a neutral site. For Alabama, it's the same deal. Their quarterback situation is a little bit of a mystery here. We don't know exactly how much each of the two guys vying for the starting role are going to get, how much playing time they're going to get, but they return a ton of talent all over the field, obviously, of course. That's why they're ranked number 2. That's why they're a huge favorite here. In West Virginia, kind of a program in shambles, right? They don't return that much on offense. Their defense was terrible last year. Their quarterback for this game comes in with a bunch of question marks, to put it mildly. And, all things considered, Alabama's probably going to want to come in and get a big win to start off the season to prove that they're not going to have a repeat of last year, which was, again, a little bit of a letdown for them by their standards. So 4 touchdowns, is that really that big of a line? Adding it all up, I'm not exactly sure. I think before I hear what you have to say, I think I'd be leaning towards Alabama minus 26.5. What do you think, Joe?
No, we're going to actually go head-to-head here. Okay. I will say that this probably is not going to be a premium pick, but I'm going to go with West Virginia for a couple points. Remember that West Virginia does play that up-tempo offense. That is the only thing that Nick Saban has ever struggled against. Now, I know the devil's advocate will say that, he's had all season to prepare for this, but I still think that Saban is smart enough to look at the bigger picture. He doesn't need to make any type of huge statement here against West Virginia. I mean, a one-loss SEC team is definitely going to go, a one-loss SEC champion, I should say, will definitely go to the 14 playoff, so there's no need to make any statements here. As you said, Alabama, they're breaking in the quarterback situation. Sims will start. I think Coker's the guy they want to eventually win the job, but replacing A.J. McCarron, that's no easy task, and it's not often that you can actually say that that Alabama has a weakness, but Nick Saban has flat out admitted at the linebacker position they don't have a ton of depth, and especially against a hurry-up offense like West Virginia, where one of the ways to counter it is to rotate your linebackers. I just think that it's just a few too many points here, and it's so much more important for West Virginia to keep this game respectable than it is for Alabama to pull out a blowout. So the quote-unquote moral victory is truly here for West Virginia and Alabama. With some shaky quarterback situation and even at the linebacker position, I just think it's too many points.
All right, well, no, we are not going to be going head-to-head here. Those are just my first thoughts, my initial thoughts on this line, but you are the pro, and I absolutely trust you implicitly. Joe Duffy, West Virginia plus 26.5. It is. Thanks, Joe.